Then it went to 65, and then it went to 75, and I said, hey, fine, for 75, I'll take it. And he just keeps freaking, I don't know.
It's kind of a steal for 75.
He's got the monitor, he's got a printer, he's thrown in the hutch. I don't know if he's there, so we'll see. Something's going on. It's
Well, the post, it's
Something
gone.
hot.
it is gone. Then maybe somebody did come over and pick it up. But I literally emailed him, he agreed. Then he didn't get back to me. Then I called and left him a voicemail. So maybe just somebody came and grabbed it. So that was the deal. I was gonna take it. Oh,
That was like
the
the
one
little-
that sticks to it. Yes, I remember
Yeah,
that one.
I don't have. You could like then pass through to a regular joystick.
Yep. Those
It was
things
for
were
like
great.
Geos or whatever
No, it makes sense. We're not functional. We're not punctual. So
We're not punctual.
Yeah, see, like looking at it, I was
Yeah,
like,
it's looking at it, you would think it
I do like.
thumb just not.
yeah, like they just kind of fall into place.
Is it working?
Yeah, it is working.
There's no video though.
No, but it's not supposed to be it.
Oh,
Just the audio.
you're just supposed to be getting a guy's teacher's therapy show.
Oh,
right?
I just stopped for some reason.
Yeah, it's okay. I switched sound sources.
Alright.
We're doing a sound check.
Sound check?
According to my sound system, we're just getting background noise.
No, it looks okay.
Background noise.
Check.
Screw it.
I hear
That sounds reasonable.
It sounds alright to me. Right?
No,
Let's let it go.
that's early for that.
Yeah, no, it seems to be working.
Sound check.
Yeah.
Check.
No.
You got video? It looks like you haven't turned that video on.
Yeah, you could hear it. Never. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. No,
okay. So we're just gonna stream audio this week.
yeah, right. Let's look like
So that the
like that's something
I'd
to
say
do.
don't
our
we
normal
always?
listeners
Actually,
will feel at home.
it did
'cause that's
pop
all
up
they ever do
on my
anyways.
those 4 years ago today. Me and you sitting on a couch at the old house.
Yeah!
You popped up on yours too?
I did!
All right.
I was like, is that Tom? That's Tom.
I was half tempted to share that a 4-year-old picture of us recording G2B popped up today.
4 years.
4 years.
We've been doing it for a fucking
No,
long
at Rob's
time.
place.
Rob's old
No,
place.
past the eye.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In the
Oh,
converted
in the
garage.
converted. You're right. Technically, I guess that was a garage. I just so
Converted garage.
yes.
That's converted.
Cold in the winter, hot in the summer.
Yeah, it was great.
It was.
That's the best studio we ever had.
Built out of the heaviest chairs. You don't move those.
Alright, so I guess
It moves
we're pretty
you.
close
Something
here.
to be closer to the table.
Hi up there.
So
my
dead here.
collectiversary is Thursday.
Nice.
Means you have to buy yourself something really nice.
There's
I
only
can't
one
afford
person
anything
watching
nice.
it.
Yeah, I can imagine why.
So, but I'm thinking
Buy a
about
thimble.
maybe next week having some people over for games. So we got some sweet stuff people haven't played, and I think you might want to check out.
Yeah.
Just do like an open house thing, like where people can come by and play whatever. Plenty of screens and stuff. I thought it might be fun.
Oh.
What day?
I don't know yet. I just figured I'd float the idea out there, see if anybody was even interested.
Do you want to hang out tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jess is gone till Thursday night, so
Yeah.
I
talked
I
to
started
Aaron.
taking care of the dogs. I don't really have anything going on. So.
Yeah, no, I talked to Aaron before,
Yeah.
Oh, it's our anniversary.
before I left, and I was like,
Is it our anniversary?
like,
Anniversary. Yeah.
Wow.
we don't have anything going on this week, right? And she was like, I mean, I have homework. And I was like, all right, cool. So
Sounds
I'm going
good.
to hang out with Travis. And she was like,
from somebody else who
So
knows
you're
the
saying
game.
work for you versus work in the game.
See, I was thinking about it more as about, you know, almost like a repetitive task that, you know, you're doing in the game that for some reason still kind of
Try that,
fun.
See, I took it as
Kinda
like
weird.
the
Yeah.
character is like working. So
It's
like
fixed.
I thought of like Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph, like Fix It Felix. That's
Yeah.
what I thought of.
I had thought of Fable, where like in order when your character's got, you know, first starting out, you're like you spend 20 minutes chopping wood.
Yeah.
To like make
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
You know, you're literally just chopping wood
Yeah.
to get your character.
I'm saying,
Or like
if you
Animal
say
Cro-
Fable qualifies, I think any of the simulators.
No,
I'm
I'm saying the labor.
Yeah.
That there's labor as a part of an element. It's not
But, I
the
mean,
whole
like-
of the game for sure.
Are we really
You know.
still discussing that?
Like Animal Crossing.
Well, again,
Yeah.
this is so that we're talking about in-game labor versus
Like
out-game
having-
labor. Travis has brought up a good point. There's a lot of games that involve a ton of out-game labor,
Yeah.
where you have to really know subject matter before you go into the game. So
Well,
it's all
I
work.
don't play serious
Grinding.
flight simulators.
Yeah, but that's not grinding. No,
Grinding can be also another part of labor, like playing an MMO, or like Larry was saying, you know, like having to spend that time
I think we're going
gathering
a little
resources.
too far on that.
All right,
though.
all right,
I think
well, let's
I think
take it back
actually having a job would have to be it. I mean, you're not going to be like I don't think Labor Day celebrates people skinning dinosaurs and running around the forest. I don't think
I don't
that
have a
that's a
problem
job.
You don't know what Labor Day is celebrating.
I could-
It's
I
different
could-
to
I would
each
be-
and every person.
I would be perfectly
That's
glad.
a hippie.
I would be
I'm sorry,
perfectly
guys.
glad to skin a dinosaur for you.
You can skin my dinosaur.
To some
Sure.
people, it's celebrating how many gracious
All right.
jobs they get.
Well, we will go on. We will
Oh, Jesus.
continue around. Laura, how about you?
I don't know. I said a couple different ones already, like Animal Crossing, or
Animal Crossing is a great
because you do like the whole game is around like you have to collect things and sell it, and you have to fish, and you have to collect apples and
It's constantly on your hustle, man.
yeah, you are. You
What
are.
about
always
like
on a
Monster Rancher?
And
What?
I've never played that one.
No, let's stay with Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Stay with Animal Crossing.
Monster Rancher is almost a freaking job in and of itself.
In and of
as a
itself.
game.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. It's a
It's
good
a
game,
awesome
but you have to do all these
Oh.
chores all the time.
Okay, but that you're right. That's a game where you are doing
Care for Monster
tasks.
Yeah.
So if you don't do those tasks, you're not going to up the
Yeah.
game at all.
I also took it a different way of I thought when I read the topic description, I thought it was like someone who you're playing a character that has a job. So like I thought
Well,
of like
that'd be
Wreck-It
more like-
Ralph.
That's more what I was looking
Yeah, so I was
for,
looking
but-
for like Wreck-It Ralph. You have Fix It Felix, like
Or
fixing all this
Hitman.
But
stuff.
but
and-
simulators would be
My job is to kill
All right,
Travis.
Travis, go, Vince.
Or-
Travis's point, simulators would be more like that, where you have a job and you're
Right, like a
Doing-
flight simulator.
Desert
or
Bus Driver.
yeah.
Best game of all time.
18-wheeler.
No, that game is real.
18-wheeler. There you go. There's another day job one. Oh, you liked that one, didn't you?
Oh, what was the game that we used to play on those Apple IIes where you're driving a truck around?
I don't know, but I remember Lemonade. That was a job
Lemonade
too.
stand.
Lemonade
Oh,
stand.
what is it called?
No, I'm
It's
gonna.
not Cruising USA.
I'll have to look that up.
But there was a game that you would play that you could play on those older Apples where you literally were just driving a truck across the country, taking your load from place to place,
Taking a load.
making sure you make your delivery. And, like the whole game was you being a truck
So
driver.
technically, a
and it was supposed
Viral
to teach you
Bear
geography.
2000 is a job.
Yeah.
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 Cross Country USA.
That's the one.
What a horror
Cross
show of an
country
idea.
USA.
I actually have a Viral Bear on my phone, by the way. You can get it for $1.49 in the App Store. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Well,
Okay.
There
All right,
was
who's
that
next?
trucking
Who's next?
game that was in
Ryan's
real
next.
time.
since we all stole his
Yeah,
already.
guys. Well, I'm gonna go with Timber by Midway because you're sitting there, you're chopping down trees.
Early.
I mean,
Lumberjack, sure.
You're a lumberjack.
Alright.
How much more labor
An
intensive?
Okay,
Okay,
that is
that's
kind of a labor.
solid.
That is a labor
I
job.
love that game. It's
Ah,
brought up before. on this
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
I mean,
It's
as
a very good choice.
Fable is taken. I mean, all the odd jobs you do in like Fable and then like Timber. My second choice was the OSHA Hazard Identification Training Tool.
I like it.
Of course. Which apparently is some kind of game that helps you identify
It
hazards
is
in
a
the
game.
workplace.
Oh, I gotta find that game for my office.
I have used
Yeah,
this game, actually.
it's-
I didn't
What about
know
I will send you the link.
Send me the link
Well,
to
we
that
should
game.
add it to the show
This
notes.
reminds
Yeah, add
me
it to the
of
show
Viscera
notes.
Cleanup Detail.
What?
Yeah, that game is
Detail.
great.
It's basically a game. I'm gonna put that in there. It's a really cheap game on Steam. Basically, you are a janitor that cleans up after a frag fest. So the first one took place in a space station where like Doom took place, and you have a mop and a bucket. And you have to clean up all the body parts and blood and all this other crazy shit. Like they also have one a Christmas special. You know, obviously where Santa was on a murderous rampage and killed all the elves. You gotta clean that up.
They had a Shadow Warrior version where you clean up after the events in Shadow Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It's called Visceral
brilliant.
Cleanup
I bought 'em
Detail.
all.
It's great. It's hilarious.
There, now
Darlene likes
there
that
is a
game.
labor-based
Which is
job.
funny considering how little she actually cleans in real life.
Oh,
So she'll sit there with a mouse and clean, but if
betting Darlene
there's
will
a spot
not
on the
see
floor,
this.
my ass is out there.
I'm betting Darlene will not see
I'm
this
gonna
part of the
tag
show.
her.
No.
I'm
Anyway.
guessing she would probably agree
fast forward
wholeheartedly.
through
She
it.
believes that she is liberated from cleaning, cooking, or anything else. So that is her.
Ah.
form of
That sounds like
liberation.
me.
Is that what you and Darlene get along so well?
How does one then take care of themselves?
Weird.
I didn't get married so that I had to cook and clean.
Weird.
Yeah, but I mean, what did you do before you? I mean, it's like you still have to take care of yourself with cooking
No, they don't.
and
No,
cleaning
now they
and
have us.
such
Now they have us to do
What
it.
do you think pizza rolls
Women always
and
have
McDonald's were
men.
for? I mean,
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yes, they
Liberation
do.
is about taking care of yourself.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. All right, Matt.
Labor Day.
Back to Labor Day.
Ugh.
Got nothing?
Jesus.
Well, Jesus
Well,
is exactly Labor Day,
It's like
but
it's like a,
Right.
like a table making game or something?
It's a carpenter.
Carpenter game.
makes these
Um,
great wooden cups.
So this isn't like a game where the main mechanic is like you're doing a job, but Mario Maker for the Wii U has an element of work to it. You're making levels. You're creating levels for yourself and other people to play. It's work.
No.
You're working to get those levels set up.
No, wait. Now is Mario making the levels in the game, or is it like
No,
okay,
you have
it's-
a you have a
the-
Wii gamepad and you
yeah.
have a stylus and you can kind of like draw and kind of design on that and then you
Yeah,
can play through
you
those
are
levels.
designing 2D Mario platform levels.
that that everybody can play?
Yeah, you can share them out on their whatever fucked up internet
It's
thing
a damn
is
good
that,
game.
that
It's
Nintendo's
coming to
doing.
3DS later this year. It'll be good. So.
Take his word for it, because
So-
I don't know.
A different approach to the labor, not labor in the game, labor outside the game again, where you have
And
to
I
like.
still think that counts.
No, I.
we're not saying it doesn't count. Everyone's getting very sensitive.
I'm just saying.
Love this whole thing.
I didn't spend like 50 hours learning how to play Steel Battalion.
That's true.
Okay, good point. Well taken on that one. So this guy.
True story, brother.
He's like, I'm
Never
fucking
played
good at Steel
Battalion.
Battalion, and I want
Well, I've
credit
spent
for it.
hours
goddammit.
I want you
How to play
fuckers
Steel
to know.
Yeah.
I was in Steel
He
Battalion
loved
boot
it.
camp
Oh my
all
God,
week
he was-
long.
That's a
did
fair point.
push-ups,
Put
yeah.
the work in, he wants it to count.
He wants to so badly come to our
It's-
next event.
It's a great game.
So, but that being said, teaching him how to play it, you're right. Freaking labor intensive, okay? Hui.
There's
Payoff's
a
worth
reason
it.
I don't play Steel Battalion because I gave up very quickly.
But you can't.
At
You
the-
give up quickly.
At the end of the day, you only really need like 4 buttons
Right, one-
and then your joysticks.
Right.
I kept falling over
can-
and it was horrible.
And then you just keep
You
standing
stand up
You
again.
just put it in neutral and press down your gas pedal.
Exactly.
It's that easy.
He's
And
back
then I'm
up.
dead.
Unless, of
Right,
course, you
thank
just
you.
keep getting blown up.
Well, you're on the
I
ground.
think
Everybody
you
else
were-
is shooting
I
you.
think you were playing against Brian Rebound, and I think he did keep ramming you on purpose.
Just to knock your ass
Just
over,
to knock
didn't
your
ya?
ass over, so.
All right.
Oh dear.
Justin, you're up.
okay, so Matt almost said, so I have 2, and it's sort of, he almost, okay, but first of all, just Mario, because they're just a couple of plumbers. I mean, it doesn't get more labor than
All
that.
they're trying to do is
Oh,
get
they're
to the
union!
damn plumbing job.
They're just trying to get, fresh water
Wait a
to
minute.
Flint, Michigan, and
Are they
then
union?
they,
I mean,
I don't know.
John
I mean,
Leguizamo did work hard.
The
I'm
original
just saying,
ones.
they're fucking
He
plumbers.
did.
They're
The original
plumbers,
one, all
and
you
then
were doing
go
was
in-
sewer cleaning.
Right, and so that doesn't really count?
No, the original Mario Brothers would totally be a
Yeah,
job.
you're trying to get
They're
rid
totally-
Get all those damn turtles
Yeah,
out
they're
of the
trying to get
fucking
all
sewer.
this. Yeah, totally.
And then the only other one I could think of was like, where it's kind
Wow,
of
that is
like
actually a labor game when you think
where
about
it's like
it.
a job, where the game is a job, and it's not. It's like Tapper.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you,
just
the
like
whole
Tim-
game.
Oh wait, did you just steal Larry's?
Oh,
may have.
Oh,
Larry used Tapper for last episode.
You
He
should
can't
just
use
keep
it.
taking
Larry
out
used
Tapper
Tapper for
every
like
4
4
episodes in a row.
Right, and I thought of it, and it's funny because Laura loves Tapper, Larry loves Tapper, and I figured one or both of them would say it.
So you
But
figured
the whole game is you're
He
just
brought
a
it up
bartender.
last time.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah,
no, he's brought it up 1,000 times.
I know.
Yeah, not just
Justin
last
gets to bring
time.
it up
Right.
once.
The game, the show could be about like favorite board games, and I'm like, the thing about Tapper is like it's almost a board game. You know, that you play
I mean, the thing about it, with the way that they're pulling the tab, it's
Yeah.
like it's on a
Larry
table.
would totally pull out the Tapper board game. They were totally being a Tapper board
I
game.
say if they're
If anybody
invent
wants
a
to make
Tapper
the
board
Tapper
game.
board game, you'll get
Larry
one
will
sale.
buy all of them. He will take 10,000.
They're all first run. They're gonna be worth a fortune, man.
Exactly.
Man, my crisis is in.
You're also right. So yeah, that was the only other one I could think of. It's like it's either Mario because they're just a couple of plumbers that end up saving the the
Cleaning
princess,
sewers out.
but the sewers are just full of monsters instead of poo.
Maybe they're poo monsters.
Poo monsters, or Tapper because the whole game is literally you're just a bartender serving drinks, and that sounds like labor to me.
It's pretty
Is that
labor.
right?
How about a Lars bar?
Stuff, man.
Duffman can't breathe.
Oh, that would be.
Guys, Gains and Beer episode 220 with extra douche.
Brought to you by Simpsons quotes. Simpsons quotes. They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's funny there.
We lost
there
our
are so many
remaining
games out
audience
there that
members today.
and I guess it's probably, you wonder why it is. Most of us get home from our job, and then the last thing we want to do is a job, and there's all these games that are
Yeah,
just
right.
like
That's
a
a good
job.
point.
It's like, wait, we really just want to do a job? Is that what's going on? But here's a board game for you. Board game choice. Forbidden Island. Where you are... Well,
You're
what?
treasure hunters.
That's a job!
Trying to navigate an
Oh,
island.
walk
that-
Toby, maybe.
Before
What
it
do you-
sinks.
What do you?
That is a stretch.
What do you
No,
got
James,
there, Nathan Drake, Travis?
The Indiana Jones trade union here.
Here is the.
It belongs in a museum.
He's craftsman at Strauss.
Let's
He
not
stole
lie.
Tapper from
I
him. Now
took
he's
Tapper from him.
craftsman at
That's all
Strauss.
He doesn't know what else to do. I'm sorry.
Well, I did mention...
Well, he's got the Tapper board game.
This is a slippery slope I was talking about,
Yeah.
man. Now Doom's a job because you're a marine.
Trying to clean up hell.
That is kind of what we were arguing about originally, is what's actually
Well, then
a
what's
job,
Well, to be fair, it's a
Travis
hard
wanted work on
The
the
hard
outside.
What is a job?
Actually,
Yeah, but it
Uncharted
had
comes
some basis in
Nothing
Think about
really
the mercenaries
a job
are
if you
killed
love what you do,
in
man.
Uncharted.
That's true. I mean, yeah, I was thinking.
If you're a mercenary in Uncharted, you're getting killed by Nathan Drake at least.
Yeah,
1,000
see?
times. Don't think of you being the player. Think of the guys on the other end that are just doing their job.
Poor
getting paid
schmuck.
by
Trying
the
to kill
soul.
you, right?
Look, this is just my 9 to 5.
All right.
I'm trying to get home to my beautiful wife.
I
and
was
my
2 days
beautiful
from
dog.
retirement.
I'm going to night school.
It needs the Wilhelm
They
screaming.
go to that Austin Powers when they go to the Minion's house.
I'm really hoping my music career takes off.
Have you heard any of my DJ sets?
I got a side job.
No, of course
No,
not.
Rob's got a good one.
It's
I
a
wanna-
hard. Yeah, go ahead. You're the man.
Wait, Larry wasn't quite done.
No,
That was it?
No,
Larry-
no.
45 minutes of why
Straws.
Doom is a goddamn job game.
All right, no, we're not doing it. All right.
Let's
Rob, and yours
talk
is?
let's talk some Shenmue here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Wow, that's a
You
good.
got a job, damn it.
Yeah,
and
you really-
in fact, almost ad nauseum.
There was more than jobs. It was a good.
I mean,
good
there's
story.
good stuff.
Right, but
But you
a lot of
also
it revolved around your job.
no,
Yes.
no. You were karate fighting a lot.
Yeah.
Doing quick time.
You were driving
trying to
forklifts
find
all
out
day.
who.
Were you looking for the
Trying to find out who
sailors?
killed your father. Yeah, you need to make money so you could like move around and get to the next area.
And use capsule machines.
Yeah, and blow your money on arcade machines and
it's not
collectibles.
Oh,
Yes.
God, yes. Oh, God, yes.
But it was only about like a third of the game.
It's a hobby.
You know.
That's no sizable amount.
Yeah.
No, only a third. Only
Tony
a third.
Hawk Pro Skating.
I'm sorry. Shenmue's a goddamn good game.
Oh, no.
Pro.
Oh, that's it!
Yeah, pro
You-
is in the name.
You hit it on the head, Larry. Tony
No.
Hawk's Pro
Pro
Skater.
skater. That's
Every-
your professional
Because
job.
you know what pro
Every
skaters
football
are?
game. See,
It's
this is
not.
where we
It's not.
Those aren't real
I
people
do.
jobs.
That's
Right,
wrong.
right. You know, maybe we should.
I'll make sure to tell Tony
narrow
Hawk
this
and
down
his
to
millions of
real-
dollars that it's not a
Right.
real
Yeah, I mean,
Not a real
like,
job.
Now it's just going. Now it's like
Not a real
like,
person job.
Like UFC Undisputed 3. It's like, well, they're professional fighters, so it's a labor game.
In Pikmin, you have to like rebuild your ship.
That's true.
Right, see, there you go.
Build something.
Viva Pinatas. Somebody made the damn pinatas. Come on.
Show my schmack.
Irish labor probably making $2 an
Because
hour.
I'm
Just
so
saying,
sick.
or a day.
Sorry.
Move on at this point.
Were you
I,
ready to say?
I might even plan it for resources in Mass Effect 2
I think
right
we
now.
stretched that topic.
I think we did. I think that topic is well worn, if you will.
But it was a video game.
And stretched.
We're definitely not giving the
That topic is
reviewers.
so stretched
We're
out
definitely
right
not
now.
giving the
Well,
reviewers
what's the other
anything
one?
else
Because
to
the
hang
other
their
one's
hat
kind of
on.
hard too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We're
I
gonna
just think it's
turn off
interesting that we
comments on
do
this
that.
one.
I think it's hard to
What,
keep
did we
this
stretch
topic
topics?
No, that
focused
we
because
we play
it could just
games
mean
that
so
are
much.
about working.
I agree. I think you know, but a lot of people do that. They most
They play
grinding
games at work.
I think,
Well,
I
that
think based on the definition that I think Rob was getting at, I think really the simulators are the only one that fall into the category of like a game that is solely based around like the U.S. labor force.
No, Animal Crossing.
You know what I mean? Like
no,
the,
I think any game where you have to grind, not grind. I'm
no,
sorry,
I understand. I agree that
construct-
is, but I'm saying based on the sentence
Right.
that's
Yeah.
written in the Facebook group. There are those things that we all
that
looked
none
at.
of you have seen, but he has seen.
That we all looked at to say, oh, what's the topic for this week? I think based on the way that I read that sentence, the only thing is really the simulators that actually fall into the way it was worded.
But I mean, I think it can be construed like again, like Animal Crossing is a great example. It has human elements. Like okay, you're saving money, you're building, you're doing things in your town. There are very human elements to it, but it's also very unrealistic.
Well, right.
But
or Viscera cleanup detail. Technically, you're doing a job, but it's
Technically,
not
you are a
something-
janitor.
I
you're
think-
right.
But it's in somewhere that doesn't exist in real
I
life.
think when we're talking labor, though, at least that somewhat matches. It's like a real person job.
Right.
My real
this sucks.
problem
I'm
with
going to do it
the
anyways.
you know, you get to the millionaire thing. I know
So
this is going to sound
chopping wood and
political, but it
fable
really
counts.
isn't.
If they
When you're making $1 million,
Being a treasure hunter does not.
Oh.
when you're making $1 million,
That's a real job. Didn't you read the news?
oh, for fuck's
I
sake!
just found it.
Can we just move on to the next topic?
When you're making $1 million, you really don't need to fucking work next year. So it's
Right.
not really a job if you're not
Exactly.
forced to do it. The guy at Viscera Detail, he needs to do that
He needs
job.
that job.
Obviously.
He needs that job.
He's got a
Right.
wife
Obviously.
and 3 beautiful
yeah,
children.
Yeah.
Labor
So
Day
Madden
isn't
16
celebrating
isn't-
the millionaires.
Yeah.
Tabber counts.
Right, a bartender.
It's celebrating
If
the
you're a
people who make them
bartender
nuts.
whose customers are getting irate because they're not getting their drinks, that counts.
Well, I'm super happy I'm not the only one that's played that game.
What?
Which one? Timber?
Timber.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Lumberjack totally counts. I mean,
Sure.
come on.
He's got a beard, flannel.
right.
He's
Oh,
making
hell
like
yeah.
26.5 a year. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
I'm a
Cross
lumberjack
country
guy.
USA,
Okay.
man.
All right,
Going
yeah.
on, let's see.
Well, again, proving the reviewers right. This is an unorganized podcast that is very self-referential. That is absolutely true, reviewers. We are not going to ding you on that one.
And you know what? We don't care.
And we're not going to change.
No,
So-
probably not.
So if you don't
So,
like it, fuck you.
so don't ask. You're wasting your fucking breath.
Thank you, exactly.
Wait,
All right.
as a
We have
listener.
reviewers.
Yeah, we have reviewers over there. All right, so Rob.
Do you really?
Yeah. Second topic. Second topic, Rob.
You're barking up the wrong
No,
tree.
nobody likes you enough to write a few sentences about you.
Well,
Evidently.
I would just think that anybody that watches should already know.
Yeah,
And not-
okay, so we are roughly 4 years of this show now.
Right.
Really, if you haven't figured that out by now,
That's on you.
And if you're coming in just now, don't go to the backlog. It's
No.
not worth it.
Oh no, this is
no,
better.
there's backlog.
This ain't one of them. This isn't one of
There's
them.
gold in that backlog.
There's some
this
gold
one's
in
a
that
skip.
backlog.
Well, you
There's
gotta-
some cubic zirconium.
It's
in
like
that
it's like Minecraft. It's like Minecraft. You gotta dig for that gold, okay?
That's
it's
true.
not sitting out in the open.
Right, sometimes
Suddenly-
you find a dingleberry.
It's just that last
You're
week's
in
episode was
Dolphin
so
Rig
good,
Talk.
and now
Right. That one's a diamond in the rough.
Well,
it's madness.
Welcome to the court.
welcome to
Mum, mum,
G2.
mum, mum.
This
All
is
right,
what
all
happens
right,
after
all
a
right.
long weekend.
Pound your thing. Pound your.
All right,
Order in the whatever.
All right, second
Underneath
topic,
your
Rob.
thing. Underneath,
Yeah, underneath
your
there.
thing.
Second topic.
Because the towers have complained about tapping on top of the table.
The worst thing is that probably came in loud. and
Right on
Oh
that
yeah, it was probably like, yeah, get that sound.
I love it when people that listen with headphones.
All right, second topic.
Second topic is games that are an obvious labor of love. Now, I would like to go with this topic real quick, and the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to go for a smoke because I can't take this shit anymore.
That's fair.
But I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, labor of love games. Terribly disappointed, but I'm going to go back to Mech Warrior on the Amiga. It's been re-released several times now on the PC. Somebody had started developing a new version of it, and the only reason you do this because the game is not exactly cutting-edge graphics or cutting-edge gameplay or legal for all that matter because it's ripped off of FASA.
You're talking about the remake of Mech Force?
I'm sorry, Mech Force, yes.
Yeah, Mech Warrior.
Thank you, not Mech
Mech
Warrior.
Warrior.
Again, for people who do not know, Mech Force was a game that was developed on the Amiga, Commodore Amiga. It was a simulator, kind of a board-top simulator of the FASA universe, so you giant walking mechs.
Was developed by some guy in the Navy who did simulators for the Navy.
Really cool in the 80s, got sued by FASA,
Yes.
had to take it, pretty much stopped, distributing.
No, they just had to change the game.
Okay. So yeah, they basically couldn't use the FASA universe stuff anymore, but a guy...
It was originally called Battle Mech, and then it changed it to Mech Force.
To Mech Force, right. And the other issue that came in, they had a real problem because he took all the FASA...
The mech names, yeah.
Yeah, the mech names. But, so he released that through the 80s. Still plays as brilliantly as ever, and people have tried twice now to bring it back. And this latest one, again...
The latest one is okay.
I know,
but it has no AI, which is the problem. We're missing the guy who wrote that
the
stuff.
AI, and his AI was so good, right? Yeah, you got somebody who's doing naval war games, who knows how to do naval war games AI, who stops doing it. AI is always the tricky part. Getting it, knowing strategy, knowing that kind of stuff, and writing a good AI to do it. This guy was so ahead of his times.
We need to bring him on for an episode, find him down.
He's dead.
Yeah.
We can't bring him on.
Well, we'll dig him
Are you
up
sure?
for an episode.
I feel like we can do a seance.
No, he's dead.
We'll dig him up for an episode.
We've talked about him like 8 times on this show.
Yeah, and every time we mention
I
him,
feel like
he's
he's
dead.
probably already knocking on the door.
I'll be
But
absent for that
it does bring up a
episode.
good point.
I'm
There
sorry,
are,
Catholics.
There are tons of
I'm not
fan
Catholic.
games. I mean, that's a
Catholic.
great thing to
recovering.
labor of love. A lot of people reducing recently
I've been
there was
clean
that
for years
for 20
now,
years of
though.
Metroid or whatever.
true. I don't wanna get close to
Metroid
it.
2 fan project and things that was re-released, and again Nintendo immediately took it down. Plenty of Mario fan games that were released and then Nintendo immediately took it down.
Yes.
The Pokemon fan releases, these people putting in hundreds and hundreds of
hours.
man hours
Yeah.
for no money.
This
Thinking
is-
about those fan games.
And then
This
Nintendo
is where I
shitting
think-
them.
Yes,
This is
thank
where
you.
I think your idea of flight simulator guys that build the flight simulator and they build a cockpit.
Right, because that is,
right.
trust me, they spend unbelievable amounts of
Right,
time.
and that's where I think that idea starts to come in of the labor of love.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm going to learn how to.
I
I'm
worked
gonna
with the
do
machinist who was in the
this,
Flight Simulator, the Microsoft Flight Simulator series, which has been around forever,
Oh,
by
sure.
the way. Do you remember Nick Heriter?
No.
My old machinist.
Oh yeah, of course, Nick, yeah.
Dude, he was the biggest Flight Simulator freak ever.
No, never,
He
yes.
lived for that. I mean, he would spend hundreds and hundreds of hours
Very few
poring over manuals,
And there-
knowing every detail of every airport to
And
play
that's
that game.
one of the reasons these simulator genres are still alive. Again, there are plenty of people who legitimately pilot or man trains for the day, and then will go home and legitimately play train simulator to do fantasy situations of things they don't normally do. It's
Yes!
friggin' there are people who just love doing it so much and spend hundreds
Okay.
of dollars on extra.
Do you
train.
listen to
Mike Heiligstad, I think he's calling out to you. I'll bet you any amount. I know you worked for it, but I'll bet you any amount. Currently, you are doing train simulators at home.
Do you listen
Old
to
school
Midlife
band
Gamer
member.
podcast? Have you ever listened to those guys? They're out of England.
No.
The guy, I think Darren, one of the guys that runs the podcast, he's like a huge train simulation nut, and he has I've got him friended on what the hell do they
Grindr.
call that thing? That thing that we talk about all the time. It's on a computer,
Swipe
and you
right.
download other games
The
with
internet?
it. Yeah. I got him on the internet. Yeah,
You find
Steam.
him on the Google.
Steam.
I like mine better.
I'm just jealous.
Steve,
of that.
I've been drinking.
It's time to put
Steve.
them at home. We
I know,
forgot
I Steve. All right, so I see him
I'm
on
just jealous
Steam.
people like
that
your
guy
job
has
so much.
he has like
No,
everything.
He was a big time train guy.
Everything.
Yeah.
He has everything for it.
And again,
Amazing.
like it's cool to see that niche stuff. But I mean, like again, when it comes to like labors of love, I do say the biggest two things I can think of are fan games and mods. Like people who make stuff for no money.
Well, okay, so like, what's your number one?
Well, I mean,
Gun to head.
yeah, right? Counter Strike. I don't,
There you
and
go.
that was old. That was old.
Sure.
But again, Counter Strike originally did not come out as
Yeah.
a game to make money.
Yeah.
People did it because they were like, okay, the Half-Life engine's
exactly. You'd be
great.
that guy.
I want to make something that's really spectacular and totally transform this game. They made it because they loved that engine and they thought it could be so much more.
Sure.
So they created Counter Strike. Counter Strike, 1.6
Which-
was forever, and is still played on in Counter Strike Source and then Counter Strike Go. It is a
Counter-Strike Source,
dynasty
I'm still
now.
playing it.
You
Counter-Strike
know,
Source, I
um,
still play.
But again, people who make those fan games and mods expecting no money, like they just released it for free at the beginning, like that's a labor of love.
And then the biggest douches on Earth play them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Counter Strike Source.
I know, but I like
Biggest
Counter-Strike
douches
Source.
play.
I like it.
we still have
you
one.
didn't follow with us. You should have stayed with your team, which I generally do try to do. It's just sometimes I don't know
You
the
can't
map
follow,
because I don't
right.
play it that often. I can't believe you missed that shot. Oh, give me a fucking break. I'm gonna go play Modern Warfare. At least everybody's a douche and I can be one back.
Fair point.
Speak for a minute.
Fair point. All right.
Oh.
All right, Laura.
You went. And
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break. I'm sorry.
No, that's.
Well, we don't need to take a break.
No,
we're
we'll go
gonna
around,
run
we'll go
upstairs real quick.
There won't be a break.
I got a whole lot
They're
of nothing.
gonna run.
You go first.
Okay,
then we'll
just
take a break.
fucking talk.
All right, we're gonna talk about a game called. Let me describe why I'm gonna talk for 45 minutes. For Christ's sake, Travis! I need 45 minutes to talk about it. All right, I'm gonna talk about Rush Rally 2, which is it is an Android game, which I would say is a labor of love because let's face it, how many freaking Android games are
Sure.
labors of love? Not freaking many. And rally games and racing games in general on Android are generally money whore games. They're games where you go out, hey, buy some coins, buy this, buy more gas, you're gonna run out of gas. No, not Rush Rally 2. Number one, the game looks good. Number two, the controls are great. Has a wide variety of game modes. And guess what? When you buy it for like
You
$3,
have it.
you have it.
Mhm.
There is no extras. There is no fuel gauge. There is no crap that you need to deal with. And I think games like that where they just work so hard and they're constantly patching, and I think thing's been out for like well over a year or two. You don't see games like that. You don't see games that are actually crafted, and the game is crafted. So, Rush Rally 2, you should get it on Google Play. It works well with almost any controller you can find with and you definitely should play it with a controller. Jesus. For Christ's sake, play it with a controller like a man. Will ya? And you women too, play it like a woman.
No,
With
play
a
like a
controller.
man with a controller.
You don't need to grow a penis or anything.
Maybe you do.
And then you grow up
You'd
from that,
strap
play
on.
with keyboard and mouse,
Oh, Jesus, with the console. I am a member of the console master. Well, that doesn't sound good either. You don't want to forget the Nazi thing, but I'm a big console gamer. But,
Master Race.
But I do love that game. It's a well-crafted game, and it's not something you see in Android a lot. It's just, not the standard. The standard is get me a whole bunch of money really
Sure,
quick,
yeah.
and milk the whales. Everything's for the whales. This game's not for the whales. It's for the player, and it's a solid rally game. It's not for the faint of heart either. It's not like for people who just want to play an arcade game. You're gonna have a rough time because you take damage and your car drives like crap if you beat the crap out of it. It's gonna break. So yeah, fun. Like it. Well, I recommend it and think it's a labor of love. Now, I'm gonna go have a smoke with this beer.
Wait, I have one thing before you leave
while
here.
you're away,
Oh,
and we
Larry's
run
taking over
out of
my
ideas.
comment.
That was worth a shot.
We're gonna be back in 5 minutes.
I do have a comment.
All right.
Labor of love games. Would you say any game pre-DLC is a labor of love? Because DLC is the way to make money, where before that, if somebody wanted to make extra
There were plenty of
content...
awful licensed games in
Oh,
the
yeah,
80s, 90s.
Atari 2600 had millions.
Every
No,
Madden
but
I'm
game.
saying, like-
they were blatant cash grabs written to make money.
Atari 2600 was a prime example.
yeah.
That
of
the
constant cash
game crash of the 80s was because the games stopped.
Game Crash of the 70s,
Yeah.
the same damn game. over
They
and
because
over.
games were made to make money and not because they were loved.
Labor of love. Yeah.
Well, and
Programmed
to
by
keep
every
something
shooting-
alive that nobody else likes anymore.
Exactly.
is a labor
Call
of
it
love.
whatever.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
matter if
just-
there's any deals.
But I mean, paid deals. I mean, I don't know. It
No,
depends.
paid DLC, I think, is no longer a labor of love at that point. You're trying to make money.
No, but you're trying to. Let's say
It
you're trying to
depends.
sell
DLCs
people.
can still be
It
dope.
depends.
You're
That's
trying
a
to
very-
sell people.
I mean, they
on
can
it.
still be
But we're not asking.
Alright.
We're not talking about dope games.
No,
we're
I
talking
think-
about.
I'm saying the DLC can still honestly be like,
A good deal.
oh, like download this DLC because it's really gonna make the game like that much more fun.
Yeah.
there are plenty of great DLC packs.
All right.
That have been
Okay.
made by good developers, and again, they deserve
That-
some money for their time. Like,
Okay, yeah, where they're not overcharging. for it,
No,
where it's
certainly
not some
people take advantage
just
of
shit
it.
they're shoveling
Certainly.
out to make it better.
But we
Or-
selling it is a labor of love.
I'm not
We're
even
like,
gonna.
hey guys, come on. This is a good one, man. Go pick this one up.
GoldenEye is a good labor of love, actually.
You
Yeah,
want
it
to just
is.
be skipped?
By the way, you do realize they've made a high-res version of that. There's now a new.
GoldenEye Source has been out for forever.
No, there's
Yeah,
a new
well,
one, the
yeah, but-
1.6, though, right, or
What?
something like that. There's
Yeah,
a new version
they
that
just came out with
we
a new
talked
version.
about this
Just dropped.
not too
They're
many
more,
days ago.
they're much
Yeah.
more interesting. So I mean, it's almost just as interesting. But there was actually a release of an old beta because Rare was going to release GoldenEye, almost kind of like the Halo re-release, where you could switch between the classic graphics and the modern graphics. But Rare was planning to release the GoldenEye game for the Xbox 360.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, and they actually had a release prototype demo of it, which was pretty cool. And you can actually, again, you can switch between the classic graphics and the updated graphics on the
That's
fly,
nice.
That
which
is
was
cool.
pretty dope.
Because the other one was done by a different developer, right?
Yeah, and again,
From
it was
like
built
4
in the
years ago or
Source
something.
engine from the ground up. And again, that's been around for forever.
They
It
did
just
that with Halo
happened
3,
to get
even
some
though it was
social
Yeah, they
media
did.
steam.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna nerd elitist. Like that's been out for like 5-6 years,
Yeah, but
man.
they just came out with another one.
GoldenEye Source has been out for
Yeah,
forever.
but
they
they just
updated
updated
it.
it.
They
just
updated it.
Yeah, but it's been out for.
it's been out, for,
I know.
been out and been good
That's
for like
true.
5 or 6 years.
But
Yeah,
I
at
hit
least.
days
And then-
where I tried to like
and then
play
it's like,
against
oh,
people,
hey, everybody's
nobody
posting on their
online.
Facebook.
Right,
wall.
nobody online. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it just got like that new like,
Bump.
hey,
yeah.
we've done a bunch of stuff,
That's
and
fair.
it brings
That's-
in
Yeah,
people
that's
again.
why it got a bump.
That's fair. I'm just saying that game's old as shit. So.
I know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I was going to talk about too is GoldenEye Source.
I'm gonna
I mean,
watch this. I'm monitoring.
Really, really good.
Because I know it's
Thanks for going
I am the new Rob! Mutiny! Mutiny!
I want to spend the entire rest of the time talking about.
Rob is dead.
Rob is dead! Thanks for
We're
the
all
good
gonna
beer,
sit here and
Rob.
pick our noses for the next 30 minutes. No.
But anyway, you want to say about
Basically
GoldenEye
what
Source?
we've been
Yeah,
doing.
I mean, it's
Is this you? Or you want to go with GoldenEye Source?
yeah.
You might as well talk
Well,
about
do you
it.
need it?
No,
Do you
this
need
is-
it?
No, I don't need it. I
Okay.
just want-
Okay, because I got another one. And
No.
Just bounce
Okay.
around,
Okay, I got
man.
nothing on this topic.
GoldenEye Source really is. It's a very, very excellent update to the game. It plays identically, except with the keyboard and mouse, and it looks awesome. It's just, and they put so much work into it to make sure that it actually felt like the N64 game without kneecapping you. So it actually played like an N64 game. It's just a really, really, really beautiful and really, really well done mod for the Source engine. And if you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. It's a fucking awesome game to play. Just sit down, jump in, and start doing fucking proximity mines.
And very low
For no
barrier to
reason.
entry. It runs on a lot of computers.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
it's it runs on pretty low spec computers. It's a free download. Like, what's to go wrong with it?
Yeah, no, it's very, very, very good.
What? At this point, Source is what, 12, 10? How many?
Don't remind me.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just a fraction of my time life.
It's
but-
probably I think it's closer to 14 or 15 because I remember it
Yeah.
coming out when I was about 12.
So
or
yeah,
13.
you're talking like P4s could run it at the time
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still chugging along though. Still good.
You don't have one.
I got nothing.
Is you good?
I guess mine was I was trying to think. I had one that I kind of forgot, and then I was looking up. I saw something recently come up in a bunch of years ago. Postal 2 came out.
And they just came out with DLC.
Yep, and they just came out with something that said this area is closed until June of 2016, and here it is, past
13
June
years
2016. The developers put an update into the game that opened the area, which added like some little VR, like kind of like, kind of like
shit.
spoof.
And a knockoff physical Steam shop called
Yeah, Steam, and STEM in the logo looks like
Yeah,
a
dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
that, and,
So yeah, but they added like DLC 13 years later. It was for no reason.
you know, for the developer to just say, "Hey, let's pull out our old game code and just like put something in there."
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think they're pushing the re-release of their first game,
So fucking fun.
Yeah, the
just like
remaster,
Postal
yeah.
Redux or whatever they want to call it. But it's like that's now like 2013 or 20 like a year or two ago, or one of the versions is coming out soon. But it may be tied to that. But just the fact that the developers would come out and
Yeah, I mean,
fix an area that they said was closed and would open, and they actually opened the area when it
When they
decided
said they would.
when they said they would. Yeah.
That's very cool. I did not know that.
That's really fun.
I mean, I don't think running with scissors is a very big group of people either.
Yeah, and the fact that they're still chugging along, like say, yeah, like have the motivation to say, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty damn
Huh.
impressive. Like 13 years later, it's like
Yeah.
Especially because I'm thinking of my job when I'm like, yeah, I'll do that 3 weeks from now, and then
It
it's
never
like,
gets done.
And then in 3 weeks, you're like, oh,
yeah.
Was Google Calendar out then? You know, somebody to put that in there and go, remember
Right.
we put this in here that we're gonna update this part of the game map?
They pulled out their old Lord of the Rings calendar, and then
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
It's like a cat calendar where it's
yeah.
just hanging
Or
there.
they were
right?
just all
Right.
sitting around
Well, it says
drinking
here
one
that
night
we
and
were
went,
gonna do
remember
that
that
thing."
June 2016 joke we made? No. We better fix that.
Yeah.
Finish that.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, and the thing is like it's harder to kind of distinguish yourself from the pack when you're kind of doing that stuff for love too, because a lot of times you're doing like smaller games and smaller budgets with smaller teams. Like again, there are plenty of indie games out there that are really great. Like we've done playing our show, like the Robot Roller Disco Dodgeball, basically. And like that game's great, and like the guy did it because he's like, okay, this is something that could be interesting, and like I just think it would be a lot of fun to make, and it was a lot of fun to play. And there are plenty of great indie games that, you know, have either niche fan bases or didn't quite hit the masses, but they just made it because they thought it would be something that's fun, and there's a lot to be said for that. And again, it's nice. It's nice. It's good and bad because you can get out there and like be out there easily, but then you're mixed in with like hundreds of thousands of other people, and it's like kind of hard to distinguish yourself from the crowd. But again, I do appreciate a lot of those indie games that, you know, really. And that's why we have a lot of people on the show that do it, because they're people who are doing it because they love doing it, you know. And then it's like, yeah, if it makes a profit and, you know, it gets popular, that's great. But it's like something they wanted to do anyway, which is kind of cool.
This is fictional, but like Cones of Dunshire on
It's
Parks and Rec.
technically a real game.
Technically a real
Yes,
game.
now it is a real game.
You can-
But on the show, it was his labor of love.
Yeah,
You know, I'm always
have-
I'm always impressed with the physical builders, the guys who build the cabinets, that you know the you know the flight simulator cabinets we mentioned a few times. But the other day I was over at a friend's house, and he built a cabinet basically dedicated to light guns, and something I didn't know, that you can basically get our light guns that work on flat
On
panels.
LCDs, yeah. So
So-
basically, usually how that works is you'll have the light gun, and you'll actually have receivers
Right.
that basically kind of square out the screen and provide the X and Y coordinates. So you basically stick little stickies on the corners of your screen, and you can actually use a light gun on an LCD or flat panel or plasma. That normally doesn't work.
It normally doesn't work, and I think his was RF receivers though.
That would be an awful idea.
I
RF
don't
is
know.
easily interfered with.
It worked really well though.
Yeah, okay,
But
well-
you know, he built the cabinet and he collected all the games and he got them all together, and it was just like, man, that's a lot of work to it. You know, he kind of plopped up the control panel, and there's just wires going everywhere, and it's just like, you know, there's a lot of work. I mean, yeah, a guy can, you know, right now we're sort of living in this really super great age where if you wanted to know how to wire up a main machine or whatever, there's a pretty good chance you could just like pull up the YouTube video,
Right.
you know,
Sure.
and you could understand it. But to do it is a whole other thing, and I got a whole respect for people. You know, lots of us probably thought about doing it, but then there's people who actually do it. You know, he also had a trackball, and so you know, because how else are you gonna play Mad Marbles, right?
Centipede.
You know,
Marble Madness?
Yeah, Marble Madness.
or
Yeah,
Crystal
yeah.
Castles, or anything
Yeah,
like that.
right. How are you
I
gonna
love
play that
Crystal
super
Castles.
great game if you don't have a trackball and a light up trackball's that much better?
I do think
So-
we live in a real DIY culture though. Like again, you
Yeah.
get people who actually get a fair amount of success out of creating interesting things. You got Ben Heck. I mean, this guy does some amazing projects and like creates all these portables and like teaches you kind of basics and things like that. And there are even Twitch players. Like again, I forget the guy's name. I wish Ben was here. He legitimately watches this guy on Twitch. He plays and does maintenance on pinball machines. Like takes them apart, kind of shows you the insides, and you can learn stuff from that. Like, and again, I personally don't think there's any difference between the people who do kind of the hardware mods or people who do software mods, like creating new programs, things like that. It's the same amount of effort and love. It's just different skill sets.
Yeah, no, I totally, I do agree with that. I mean, there's the same effort and stuff. Jim, who we bring up on the show occasionally, used to write mods for
Freedom Force.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
remember
He
that
so
very
he taught
fondly.
himself
Insomniac Games.
Python, I think, was
it
the
was
base
Python.
language, and so he taught himself that language.
By the
and
way,
started writing these, and then he started like enlisting like voice actors from around
I did
the
voice
world.
acting for a few of those.
No shit, I didn't know that.
For anybody who doesn't know, and again, it's a really, really great old game. You get a chance to check it out. It's called Freedom Force. So basically, it was a top-down, almost like RTS style game, but you played as superheroes. So basically, again, you know a HeroClix like as a board game. The closest thing I'd say is it's HeroClix, but not turn-based.
Yep.
So it's real time. You can assemble a team of heroes, but the best part is it had a great modding community. You can import custom heroes. You can create your own heroes with powers and skins, so you can like make your hero look a different way you wanted. You can give it different powers and create it, and it would have a point cost. So you can assemble your own team of heroes, almost like HeroClix. But then everybody modded it, so obviously you can take characters from the DC, the Marvel, the independent universes, and create your own teams of heroes and run them through scenarios, which was stupid cool. It was amazingly done.
You could create like sort of episode mods where like
You're playing for a
this
comic
is
book,
an episode, and then you would release another
sure,
episode,
yeah.
and so it's almost like a comic book string, right?
Sure.
Yeah. But you're playing it in real time, and it was stupidly good. And again, it was a great single player game, but you could also play it multiplayer against friends, which was also a lot of fun. Again, it's a great game, and it's an older one, but I highly recommend it. Again, you can get it on Steam
I
for
mean,
less
he
than
would
$5.
spend 20, 30 hours writing these different ones, and of course the correspondence between the different actors and stuff like that. I mean, there was a lot of going on there. So I totally agree with your concept of, to do a software mod like that, to do a hardware mod, you're probably in for hours and hours of work.
Let's talk about Freedom
Either
Force.
way.
Oh no, we were watching. You just
Yeah, we watched.
Did you talk about Jimmy doing all those mods and you?
We were commenting.
Sorry, I'm the new Rob.
Well, since you took
Surprisingly,
the,
it was kind
since
of
you
a
took
more
the
organized
PC
event.
that we would see the comments.
Surprise! No,
We-
surprise!
we
Wait,
made it around.
surprisingly?
That was sarcastic.
Okay. I was gonna say surprisingly.
We even made it all the way around.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not happy if we made it all the way around because I already talked about it. He already talked about it, so
We did it.
I think we finished the show.
Congratulations.
Within budget and everything.
I have one more comment.
All right.
Until I get my pay.
We all know this is a labor of love.
Wow! Boom.
It is kind of fun. I kind of like hanging out with you guys.
You're alright.
None of us are paid. This is just
We do
labor
spend-
of
Whoa,
love.
whoa, whoa! What? We don't get paid for doing this?
Son of a bitch! I quit.
Yeah, we spend way more money than we
Yeah,
ever make.
it's really
so.
a negative sound.
You think? You think?
We've all been fired multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Only if you're part of the ad team.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say,
Larry keeps taking his pants
ad
off.
team, right here. Yeah, you know how that always ends.
Take us out.
Take us out, Rob.
It's been quite the cluster, so it's gonna be a good one.
Oh man.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
what have we learned today? We've learned that Guys, Games, and Beer is a labor of love. And we've learned that a lot of games are a labor of love. But mostly we've learned that games that are about labor are about giving babies to the world. And that my friends, is not a great thing.
Figurative or literal babies. In Rob's case, literal.
It's however you want it. However you want to take it.
So I'm gonna go give birth. And
That means rub one out to Honey Pop, but
Honey Pop was definitely a labor of love. I think that's really what we learned tonight, folks.
of anime titties. I mean,
Thank you.
The only kind of titties worth
Such a real thing.
Thank you very much for watching Guys, Games, and Beer, and thank you so much for supporting tentacle porn throughout the years, so that we have the kind of labor that we really want to watch.
Anime titties.
Anime titties.
Next week, Tuesday,
Anime titties.
Anime Titties on Guys, Games, and Beer. I'm out of here.
so one time, all right, this is
one time,
this is YouTube only now. No, this one time it was like a year or two working into Wells. JJ sent me a link to a YouTube video, and it did not title it NSFW, and it was a rap song called Anime Pussy. And I did not see the title at the bottom of it. And I was like, oh, hey, a rap song. All right, JJ does decent taste, so I'll watch it. And it was very, very vulgar. So.
It was definitely NSFW.
So next week's,
do
we're
all
all gonna
next
take
week
the week
like
off, and we're just gonna for like the whole time that we're supposed to be on, just show wanted. From Sega.
Oh God, yes. Where you could set the bounce level. Where you could set the bounce level.
Adjust the bounce level.
We will adjust the bounce level to maximum,
Dead or Alive,
and everybody can watch the game. Thank you.
That's it. That's what we're gonna play for the whole hour.
The viewership's gonna be through the roof.
It will probably be.
That's the thing.
And that's when we get kicked off YouTube.
Isn't that why Man Show ended in women's jumping on trampolines or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The Man Show. That's old Jimmy Kimmel.
Tyler
He
watched
did a
that a
show.
lot with
I
his dad.
was like, how did that guy get
He
a
did.
talk show every night?
I remember the Man Show.
He started
That-
he started
I
on the radio
remember
with
going over
Dr.
to Tyler's
Drew.
house and watching old days
Well,
Starcade
it was-
on G4.
Oh, yeah,
oh my
sure.
god, that was
Jimmy
fun.
Kimmel and
I like Starcade.
Starcade
Starcade was dope.
Dr. Drew? No.
But it was like,
Jimmy
it was really
Kimmel-
weird, just like,
Jimmy
I was like,
Kimmel
alright,
and,
watch the Man Show,
Adam
and then
Carolla.
watch
Was
Chick
that
Star.
Adam Carolla?
Like,
Adam
I was
Carolla
like,
was
I was
on
much more
Dr.
excited to
Drew.
watch
And
Chick
Carolla,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Bloodline on MTV.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was with Dr. Drew.
Who just got fired
Adam
recently.
Carolla.
Yeah, because he's a nuts. Okay.
Really?
Holy shit! He went way over the deep end. He was bad. He seemed kind of normal before, and all of a sudden it's like, dude, you're fucked up.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Oh, I
wow,
know.
you're fucked up.
And I realized
Like in any.
he's
You know
been
what,
doing these
though?
shows
You're
for
talking Dr.
years.
Drew, right? Dr. Drew?
Yeah, Dr.
But you know what, though?
I
He
know.
had a
I thought
couple
Chris Jericho
concepts for
now
relationships that I think are right.
Probably.
These are like the
One of his
aliens
concepts
in,
was,
the
one of
Keepers
his
of the
concepts
Elements
was
in the
that
Fifth
couples
Element.
that stay together sing together.
Oh, I don't
You
sing.
can't
I know I'm the worst.
But
Yeah, but
couples
that
that
might
stay
be that
together
might
sing together.
that might
Next
be
week,
okay.
Matt's
But
Yeah,
yeah,
That's all
he
over
sounds
his
like a
face.
lot of fucked up things.
No.
Let me out.
He does say a lot of weird things.
Yeah, he's
Aaron, work on it.
Doctor's gone into weird territory. Okay, that may have been kind of like normal, not anymore.
Well, and
Teaching
then
men
one
through
of the
the
other
language
ones
of
was
beer. Yes.
he also said,
Pints
I
of
don't care
Miles
what
Davis.
freaky
That was
thing
part
you
of the,
do.
That was.
It was
that's the
weird
reason
because
I
half
thought
of the
it could only
beers
be
had
you
MKE or like two
Yeah.
or three of them,
If
and I
you
was
look
like,
it up, it's like it's the pints. My MK
It was like half
decided to
and
join
half,
the
yeah.
pints.
And you know what? I
Yes.
think he's right there too.
It's like a
Do
snack
that is
bar.
a
It's like
damn good
snack
beer.
So
bar.
I'm supporting
As long as
some
it's-
dollars.
Thank you for
Delicious
bringing it.
beer.
That's solid.
that was a really good beer. Thank you for bringing it.
That
the
was it.
pumpkin or the no. I'm just kidding.
Next
Don't
week,
go there.
I'm
No,
bringing
Randy,
5
no.
different
the best
pumpkin
I
beers.
No, you're not.
A smorgasbord of a pumpkin.
No.
Seven
Sasquatch
pumpkin
is
beers.
such a good beer, though.
No,
it's
it is
serious.
not.
It is
Fucking
such a
amazing
mediocre
beer.
beer.
We have yet to have a good pumpkin beer on this
I'm
show.
gonna bring
We've
you
tried-
a really
Maybe
No,
Shirley
you've had plenty of
makes a
good
good
pumpkin beers.
No,
in
we
the
have
show.
not.
You just don't like them.
No,
second on their horrible beer
They've
list,
all gotten
Shirley.
thumbs down every time we've done a pumpkin
And that's
beer.
You know, I'm
science, Matt.
inspired.
I'm pretty sure it's not
Is that
science.
If you can find me a pumpkin set that you want to.
Oh, the cover project is dope.
I have one.
It's where you can go
There you go.
online and download like
Okay.
cover art
You
for
send me a
games if
link
you want
or
to like
something.
reproduction
Yeah.
cases, things like that.
The show.
I use it for all my Dreamcast ones.
We'll
Oh my
try
God.
it, but
The
I'm not.
DVD style
but we'll
Dreamcast
see how it
cases.
shows up.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Super awesome.
like pumpkin?
I
Because
see
we
them
don't like
every
No,
once
see,
in a
The
I
while.
whole
know-
rub
no,
is that they don't like pumpkin.
No,
so
no,
it
no,
doesn't
no, no,
matter.
no,
They
no,
don't like
no.
pumpkin beer.
No, I don't
burn,
like pumpkin beer.
Pumpkin
I love
pie.
pumpkin
I like
pie.
my
I
CD games that
suck.
didn't have a pumpkin.
Yeah, I legitimately
I'm
like
sorry,
I set aside all my Dreamcast cases and printed out.
No, I have no problem with
Nice.
pumpkin.
because they're just that much
Pumpkin
more
beers
beautiful. I'm
suck.
sorry, they're great.
They're better
I've
than
yet to
yours.
have a
They
good
don't.
pumpkin
Why?
beer.
Just don't like them.
No,
There is a difference.
No, I've had lots of good pumpkin everything else.
You know what?
Pumpkin-
Somebody must like them.
Pumpkin beers?
Yeah,
You
Matt.
know
Yeah,
what
they,
it is?
they,
Matt,
they
only
keep
Matt.
making them.
Matt buys a
Someone
quarter
must
pound
like
beer
them.
every
they-
year.
they-
Pumpkin
must
everything.
be
It's a whole
bad.
They're pushing on that whole pumpkin latte, pumpkin whatever market.
I love
Pumpkin, whatever.
Some
I
coffee
love all
maker
those
likes
things
to
that they
make
don't like
pumpkin
Buying
spice.
it, there must
The
be a
texture is all
market
wrong.
for it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like
That's
pumpkin
interesting.
pie.
I love.
I like sweet
Yeah,
potato
see,
pie.
I love pumpkin pie too.
Who doesn't
A
like
good
sweet
a-
Wait, no,
You
I
still
hate
keep
sweet
the box?
potatoes.
It's easier to transport it in.
I don't know.
Now, does it have
It's
its
a
own
little more
Bluetooth
epic
adapter,
after
or
you
do you
pull it
have,
out.
or can it just
Alright, y'all.
It's a
connect with the regular?
It's a 2.4
Wow, we,
gigahertz.
Yeah, I gotta
wireless
see
device.
that.
It's
Show and run.
proprietary.
Okay, proprietary.
What do you do?
Okay.
But you
One
can
beer.
pair more than
Look,
one
if you
controller.
don't
Well,
run
thank you
after
for
you
joining us
show,
on
the
the
police
show.
show up and it gets really
You
awkward.
have to explain. Then you can never go back to Roosevelt Elementary.
That's
This is
a
why I'm
separate
banned
occasion.
Banned for life.
That's a separate occasion, Justin. Stop trying to loop us in.
It did involve pumpkin beer
Right.
Coincidentally.
Bringing
We
it all
killed
back
all the
around.
beers today. I'm proud of us.
though. Good job, everyone.
I don't know.
You
I
can
think
tell
we've
the
done
beer was
better.
good.
The beer was very.
Early episodes. Early episodes were always like. the
I personally
best.
Well, that's
contributed.
because
my
there was like
presence
14 people here, and everybody had 7
That's
beers.
I don't even know I got home most of those early episodes.
He
No.
still doesn't know how
No
to
Just
way.
crashed on Rob's
Does he
couch.
live
That
like
doesn't
near
sound
here?
like you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The north
it's
side.
a little north figure.
I think the dog drove me home.
Yeah. What? He's sober, officer. The dog's sober. He's driving. I just tell him left or right.
Wait, this is still on. He walks every time he goes home.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's no car here.
Wow.
Cars.
Takes public transit.
I certainly walk
No,
from
no,
Yeah,
Direct
Christine,
and
it's
drive.
great
Yeah.
public transit
Public transit
system.
system.
That'll
There's like
get you home.
2
Our bus
buses
that goes from from one
sometimes.
place to another place,
Yeah.
and that's it. It goes from the mall to someplace downtown
To
where no one
Kmart.
really knows.
To get the North
Yeah,
Side
and you need to
Kmart.
go home to
Right.
Kmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your Caledonia Kmart location will take you there.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's about it.
Thank goodness. We have such an excellent development system.
Hey man, you gotta get there for those blue light specials.
That's right. They've
And the
already-
bus will get you
They
there
do.
45
I
minutes
think.
late.
Did they?
Yeah.
They return the blue light special.
Yeah, I think they did. They were like bragging about it. And layaway.
What's a
We've gotten
layaway?
that
I did.
before in this country.
Because like, they don't
What?
just hand credit cards out to like everybody.
They just
Oh,
keep it at
they
the store
don't
and you
anymore.
They don't?
pay
Because
for
Really?
we've gotten that poor in this country.
Oh.
Yeah, because
So layaway has
because of the
returned
housing
as a
crash
thing.
8 years
Now
ago.
you can get that.
You can go
We
shopping
almost
for
forgot
all your
about that.
Christmas stuff.
I didn't have a
in the
job
toy
and I got a credit
section,
card offer in the
Put
mail.
it in layaway, and you pay a small amount on it, with just a mild increase on the interest.
And we'll keep it right back here in the
And we'll
back
keep
I mean,
it
they
shelf.
gave us a
back
home
there.
loan.
No,
And
you
when
just
it's
can
right
hold.
off, you can take it home and wrap it up. That's right. That's
I
the way
currently
things
have
used to
Larry
work.
on Gay Away.
Hey.
I was waiting to get some Larry action. And,
It's called Gay Away,
Yeah,
right?
Gay Away. I got him on Gay Away.
I think we found a lot of that.
He makes tiny deposits every once in a while.
Yes, I
Into Larry.
I think we found a lot of that at the Ren Fair.
Oh, you think?
I think we
Gateway?
found a lot of gay away.
All right.
All right. Gentlemen, have a good evening.
I'm
Travis, if you're not up to anything, I will create an event. For Sunday, we're going to try to raise an extra 10 feet on the wind generator.
Sounds good.
All right.
Perfect, I'll be there.
All right, I will put it up.
Are you using more duct tape?
You bet.
All right.
Never enough duct tape.
There's never enough
See,
duct tape.
I'm
now,
like, this is
all
brand new. I
you
see
don't-
what like the.
So for years,
We had to do it. We had to do it.
I had